Today, I have a very exciting shoot, a session that I am so pumped about. It's going to be, well, I won't give you too many details, but I wanted to just kind of show you a little bit about my gear because one of the biggest questions that I get asked is, what camera do you use underwater? It is the same camera that every other photographer uses. It's actually the housing itself that the camera goes in. So I don't know if you can see that there. And so for my underwater sessions, I use my Canon 5D Mark IV. It's a powerhouse for underwater. I love it. As soon as they release the wide angle lens that I want for the R5, though, I will definitely be using the R5. But today it's a little bit different. So normally my favorite lens to use is my 11 to 24. Today I'm actually using my 24 to 70. And the reason for that is because the purpose of this session is actually to be a little bit closer up, so I don't need all of that extra space. So normally I have the extender that is going to go in between the actual dome of my housing and the housing itself. But today I don't need that because I'm using a smaller lens. I don't know if I should say smaller, a more narrow lens. The wide angle lens obviously needs the extender because it is a bigger lens itself. So as I'm putting it together, you can see here it has the acrylic back. You can reach all of the buttons. One of my favorite things about the housing itself is that your camera is actually about an inch off of the ground of the housing. Now, the reason that I love that so much is, God forbid, but if you were to have a leak and you're paying attention during the middle of your session, you're able to catch it quick enough before it touches any of your equipment. Now, again, regardless of how many safety precautions you take, you still need to have underwater insurance on your gear and on your company overall. That's super important. But I have already gotten that in there. Everything is ready to go. So now it's just a matter of getting in the water. One thing that is really important to remember though, before we go, is that these are called O-rings. And this is actually what is sealing your entire housing. So an O-ring goes on every single piece that you connect to your housing. So there is an O-ring that goes through the acrylic back here. And then on the first port there is an extender that is going to go right in a groove right there, and then you put the dome on top and then you screw it. You don't want to ever over tighten or over screw because of course you don't want to strip anything. So just enough till it's snug, and then you want to stop there. And then of course before we get in the water, we're going to pressure check it, make sure that everything's nice and sealed. No leaks.